Hello, everyone. Welcome back or welcome to a new episode of Here for the Craic with me, Emma Neill. I'm joined by a very special guest today. He's just a boy from Cork. It's only Kevin Twomey.
It's me, Kevin Twomey.
What is the crack?
How's the form? Are we good? Is that what you say to everyone when you have a guest on? How's the crack? Is that what you start off by saying?
Oh, I just say, I'm Irish, aren't I? I just say, what's the crack?
Just say it out of
I know
habit.
loads of Irish people, though, that don't say it. Like, my sister would
Really?
never really say it.
See, I've stopped saying it a small bit because if I'm over here and if I'm on like a dating app and I say, what's the crack?
Sometimes I tell
People
people the
don't
name
get
of
it.
my podcast and they're like,
Really? No, I'd say most people know it's like an Irish thing, right? But then also, right, there's a different category of gay lad over here who, I want to say fetishise us Irish or
there's a
they
lot of
latch onto it.
yeah, there's a lot of the fetishization of Irish
You know what
culture
I mean?
right now.
Stop it.
Yeah.
To those of you who are doing, actually, unless you're really fucking hot.
But
Am I
like,
allowed to curse on this podcast?
of course.
Yeah,
Of
but are you
course,
going to have
this
to
is
mark
a
it as over
swearing-
18?
No, this is a swearing podcast.
We're allowed to swear. No, I
Yeah.
don't do it too
No.
frivolously.
You know what? There's actually one word I don't really use. I don't really use.
I would never drop a C-bomb. I would say cunty.
Yeah, well,
I would say,
it's
oh,
giving
it's
cunt.
cunty or kind
It's
of,
cunt. Yeah,
oh,
but yeah, no, I wouldn't be
look
like
at her in her
flat
cunty
out.
walk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, loving your cunty hair. This outfit's kind of cunty. It's giving
No, your
cunty.
outfit is cunty today.
But I knew you're into your fashiony bit, so I was like, look, I'll throw on a shirt. And I'll throw on a tie.
I
I'm
feel
wearing
like
a Betty
you're
Boop tie.
You're always very put together on the fashion front, no?
But kind of have to be, do I? But only for things that I need to be.
Oh, like when
Done
you're
up
in the
for.
house. It's
When I'm in the
full-
gap.
Yeah.
Also, girls, I run hot. Shout out to my girls who run
What do
hot.
you mean you run
As in,
hot?
I get very warm very easily.
Oh.
London in itself.
London in itself is hot.
Is it because of the tubes? Is it because of the infrastructure and the skyscrapers?
And the
A lot
pollution.
of contained heat.
Yeah.
Which doesn't fare well for someone like myself who runs hot and who also suffers from a touch of rosacea. The skin goes red very quick. So, girls, most of the time, I'm throwing a pair of shorts and a tee. You know what I mean?
You're going full Paul Mescal
And
on
you
us.
can't really. I mean, there's a way you can do it, but I would say most of the time, when I'm going about my everyday life, I could be just taking out the bins. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's to say that my heel isn't even into my shoes properly. I've just slipped them on. I'm popping out.
Yeah, but do you ever get in winter when you're like doing that so much that you actually sicken yourself? You're like, I get to the point where I'm like, I actually need to do one of those challenges where I do like an outfit a day because I'm turning myself, like getting up and
Really?
putting
Yeah.
on.
Are
the
you a
same-
jammies girl?
Am I a what? A jammies girl?
Yeah.
I'm a dressing gown girl.
Dressing. See, they make me. No, I don't. I don't mind the girlies doing it. A lad in a dressing gown makes my dick shrivel up inside my stomach. I once went to meet a guy for a hookup, right, and he answered the door in a dressing gown, and I just went, I'm so sorry, I said, I can't do this.
No, they are icky. They are. And I actually, like, sometimes I'll answer the door to my boyfriend in it and I'm like, yes, I have been in this all day. I'm
Yeah, and-
ashamed.
And you look, if you are going to wear them, right, PSA, public service announcement.
Thanks for
Some of
clarifying
you
that.
aren't washing them half as often as you
you
need to be.
should.
Girls, I know they're bulky and I know they're fluffy and they probably take a while to dry and you're wearing them in the winter when there's not an awful amount of drying to be done, right? Wash them.
I couldn't agree more.
Or give them a spritz, girls. Use the
Yeah.
fancy spray.
I know. People
a bit
get
of Malin
them.
and Gets.
You see the pasta stains on them. No.
Custy. I
He's
will.
gonna actually
So
be sick.
I always sleep in the nip. Even in winter, I'm sleeping in the nip.
I can't do that in winter, but
I
I
run
love
hot.
a naked sleep in summer.
I run hot, you see, so I'm sleeping in the nip in the winter. Now I'm still pulling the blanket up over me. I'm not crazy, girls.
I'm not a psycho.
You know what I mean? I'm not a psychopath. I'm still getting comfy, right? But it just means that every morning I wake up, I'll get dressed like I'll never wander around in my pajamas and my.
Oh, because you don't have. You're
I don't
putting
have
something
pajamas.
On to, are you still living with the same Irish people?
I'm not living with Joe because you know
Okay.
Joe, right?
Yeah. So sorry. Bit of backstory here. Me and Kevin met on an Ibiza trip last year.
That
with
makes us sound intolerable. Me and Kevin met an influencer at Beat Trip.
influencer White Club.
Oh my God. Girls, drink alcohol responsibly. Know your limits.
Are you doing sober October?
I am not. I'm
No.
sorry. See, the thing is, I don't really live life in extremes.
Yeah. So you're fine to
I'm kinda-
have a little drink.
You know what I mean? I might have a weekend where I'm tearing the arse off it, but
Yeah.
then I go, okay, next weekend I'm not going to drink.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. I was gonna do it, and now I've decided it's a no drunk October. I can have a glass of wine. Last night I had a glass of wine. That's all right. I'm not mad about
See,
that.
I'm at the age as well where I'm being invited to dinner parties. So it's like we're having a few glasses of wine, girls, and like it's
Yeah.
typically midweek. We're not going home legless.
I
you know.
know.
So
You're also just off the back of a full wedding circuit, I feel like.
oh my god, stop getting married, heterosexuals, straggots, stop getting married. I'm sick of it. I don't have a bob left in my pocket
How many
because
did you
of
go
you.
to this year?
Was it 5?
Oh fuck. And any stags in there too? Or hens?
And this is it. I get invited to every fucking hen because I'm a gay man.
Oh, they
They're like,
want your
oh,
energy.
invite the gay boy, token gay boy, he'll be a laugh. Oh, Kevin, he'll
bring
have
the
a good time with the
vibes.
drag queen. Fuck off. Fuck off. Have your hens, do whatever, get married. Stop bringing me. But also, I would feel very upset if I didn't get invited.
You're like the token hen gay.
Yeah. Well, see, me and my gays, like I was at like a fair few now in the last few months over the summer, and it is a laugh and stuff. But it's just as well because most of my buddies are living back in Ireland. Like most of the weddings that I
Oh, are
was
they
at,
all Irish?
a lot of them are Irish. So I'm flying back for the hen, and I'm flying back
for the wedding.
for the wedding. And I'm not going to be labelled as the stingy fucker who's living over in London, who's throwing less money than everyone else in the card.
Yeah.
I'm still going to give it the same bobs, girls, but I'm spending more.
I think it is crazy, especially when it's abroad weddings and you're expected to go and like make a whole fucking trip out of it, and and then you're also expected to put like £200 in the card.
But do people expect you to throw bobs in the card when you're abroad?
I wouldn't be expecting it. I'd be like, this is my expense. I've decided to have this wedding and put this money into it. I don't need you to like. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think I was at one in Portugal. No, gorgeous girls. Oh my god,
they are stunning when they're away. We were just in one in Spain. It was
and
amazing.
when they're done well,
Tastefully.
when the taste levels are right, count me in, girls.
The parasols.
Oh, the parasols. Now, I was baked in the heat when I went, right? And next thing, got out the taxi. We're already running kind of late. My friend Emma who was getting married. She was like, I'm booting down that aisle at 2 o'clock, bang on. Because she goes, I know that people are going to be waiting in the heat. I'm not even going to keep people waiting till 2:30. And she goes, we're doing wham bam, thank you ma'am, for the ceremony as well, in and out, half an hour job. So I was like, come on. Now, I'm nearly deep throating the microphone here.
Please do, work away.
So we arrived, it was about 10 to 2, so we were like, come on. Anyway, fucking dummy here. Left the card in the taxi. Right, and your man's driven away, and I'm going, oh, for feck's sake, right?
That's so untraceable.
So untraceable, but like, I was able to ring him, right?
Oh, you were?
Was able to ring him, not a word of English. Now, understandably, it was in fucking Portugal, so he was speaking Portuguese. He was giving it, now this is Spanish, but he was giving it, para mí, como vemos ese escenario, el carta. And I was going, dinero en el carta. Like, you need to... Anyway, he ended up dropping it back. But in the space of time between when the ceremony started and ended, I also lost my phone. Right?
Oh,
and then when I was on the hunt for my phone, I lost my sunglasses. I was going...
I didn't know you were like that.
I'm not usually, which is really annoying. And you know what? It's the thing of running hot.
You're
I was running hot, and then
you're-
I'm wearing a suit jacket.
You're overstimulated.
And I'm in 34-degree heat, girls. There's going to be an
issue.
issue.
Jacket necessary?
Yeah, was it necessary? So I do love the foreign weddings, but I do think as well, it's obviously the weather factor is what everyone will be freaking out about. But a gorgeous Irish wedding in the back arse of nowhere, where you're all just having a laugh, having the sesh. I was at one there down in West Cork, and like, we were all dying of death the next day, but we just threw ourselves into the sea. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you go to the pub and you get Guinness, and
mission
there's something
accomplished.
about it.
There's something about it.
Yeah, PJ's wedding looks stunning.
PJ's wedding was stunning. Now, like, he was the first person in our friendship group to be getting married, and then it was just like,
difficult because you've no like inspo from other people.
That's actually what I've realised in hindsight for him.
Yeah,
because we've been at a few of the same weddings over this summer, and he was like, "Oh, I love how they did that."
Now,
or
I wouldn't do that, or this didn't work well. It's like really easy to pick up on different things.
Now, it just so happens that PJ and his husband Jose, they have a very assured sense of self and style, and what they're into.
Yeah.
I reckon even if PJ was to do a summer of weddings before his own one, he probably wouldn't have deviated too far. Maybe there might have been changes made with regards to like the running of the day, but like in terms of stylistically and everything else, that probably wouldn't have changed.
Yeah, no, that's good. What's your thoughts on a theme for a wedding, like a dress code or a...
Do people do that?
I thought you had it for...
PJ did a dress code.
Okay.
And you know what? I loved it aesthetically and how it looked in the day. It
Yeah.
felt like we were part of something bigger.
Yeah.
You know? But there's
Bit
always...
culty.
What?
Bit culty.
Bit culty. It did look like we were all about to get down on our hands and knees, drink the Kool-Aid and start digging a few crops. How close were we to communism, girls? We might have been in West Cork, but it was kind of giving North Korea. Now, North Korea, if it served cunt, right? I'm not opposed to it. I don't know if I'd be doing it for my wedding. I also don't want to get married, famously.
not?
Now, very easy for me to say when I don't have a fella. That's cringe, isn't it? That's kind of cringe. I'm actually cringing for myself. I don't want to get married. Yeah, get a fucking boyfriend first, you loser. You know what I mean? But
Have you just never seen it for yourself?
yeah, I'm not too fussed. I
Yeah.
think I was obviously really vocal about gay people in Ireland having the right to get married,
Yeah.
right? And being like, yeah, well, of course you want
course.
to. Girls, just because I was knocking door to door and telling you vote yes in the referendum doesn't mean I want to do it myself. No, icky, yuck. What, you want a lot of people to come over just so you can tell them how much you love this person? Fuck off. No,
There is
girls.
something when I really deep a wedding, I'm like, it's so cringe.
It's cringe.
Yeah, and when I say that, I don't mean like anyone listening to this getting married that you should be embarrassed or you
No,
should
it's not
find it
that.
cringe. But when I picture like myself like inviting all these people to like come for me and like watch me
Yeah.
parade around in this dress and like march down the aisle, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm mortified.
Mortified. And there's nothing funnier as well than whatever about a bride, right? But you know, when the bridesmaids are coming down.
Yeah.
Like, girls, PSA, is this number 2? PSA, right? If you're a bridesmaid, right, and you're walking down the aisle as part of the wedding procession ahead of the bride, girl, just for 30 seconds, park it, park the paranoia, park the you being not sure of yourself, and just fucking serve it. Just
Yeah.
own it for 30 seconds and go for, or like, if you're not even going to give me a catwalk walk, just show me you're having a do a bit in the shoulders, girls, or do like a, what about, imagine if the girls were to do a bit of, instead of, you know, because it all feels a bit crazy. That's more culty than a,
Yeah, the matching dresses too is
and
very.
the matching dresses. Girls come
Handmaid's
down
Tale.
like this. Imagine
Yeah.
if you were,
Do you ever see videos of the gay weddings and they get people to fully strut their stuff down it?
so now, again, bordering parody, isn't it? Girls, we're not watching Modern Family. It's a wedding, ultimately, at the end of the day. But I'm just saying, and also, like, just, that's what I loved about PJ's wedding. Now, he's getting too much airtime on this pod. But
Wait, PJ's not here.
he
It's-
did everything on his own accord. Even if people were like, oh, this is where you do this bit. He was like, oh, I don't want to do that.
That's not what yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even to the point where, like, you know, people will have a box for, like, cards.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, he goes, that sounds awful to me. I'm not getting one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like,
I think people forget that you can actually just, like, completely
Completely do
change
your
it
own
to
thing.
do what suits you.
girls.
And there's nothing better than going to a wedding and feeling like this is so them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls, flip the script. I was at Fionnuala James. That was the one I was at last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I loved is because the type of personality Fionnuala is, like, you know, she's very bubbly, she's very outgoing, she's an extrovert
Mm-hmm.
of the highest degree. Because the other way sometimes, and look, if this suits ye, all power to ye. Again, do it on your own terms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes because it's all the lads doing the speeches.
Oh, yeah,
and
I hate that.
Girl,
Fucking
get up and talk.
Give a woman a mic.
It's giving Mr. Mime in the back.
I know.
Girls,
As they
get up
sit
and
there,
speak.
like, looking, like, candidly at their...
Whereas Fionnuala was giving me MC.
Oh, love.
She was spitting on the mic. I was like, she might as well start a karaoke session right here, right now, because she was just owning it. Do you know what I mean? And I love that. Now, again, I know girls who would be like, I couldn't think of anything worse.
No, I do get
my
it.
wedding
There's
day.
nerves and stuff, but also, when have we ever left everything to the men? Like, come on.
I'm just like, it's because as well I just finished the last season of Handmaid's Tale, right? And I'm like, get up and speak
Use your voice,
before they
woman.
wrap a fucking cone on your head. That's how it starts, girls. It starts at the weddings, not doing the speeches. Speak up.
No, if I got married, I'd be inviting every woman to speak.
Yeah, speak. Also, now, look, there's good speeches and there's bad speeches, but sometimes I think, would the girls be better at the speeches in general? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're a lot more accustomed to, you know, the nice messages at birthdays and writing the lovely cards.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
Do you know when my brother wrote a card for Valentine's Day just gone to his partner of 11 years,
Oh,
who's
no.
also
What
the
is it gonna
mother
be?
of his child.
No.
He said, to Megan from Shane. I just goes, are you taking the fucking hate? I goes, do you hate her? He goes, what? And he goes, but sure, it says the message on the card. I goes, don't be so fucking stupid. I goes, you take that back out there now, you lick the top of that pen and you start fucking writing like you're Oscar fucking Wilde.
I'm actually a PTSD from this because an ex-boyfriend of mine did the exact same.
Really?
He came to
Call him out in the pod, say it's fucking
Oh, I
name.
have done many times.
Oh, really? I need to tune in for that ep.
Yeah, he didn't get me a card, didn't get me flowers, didn't get me anything. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to get me a card. And he was like, why would I get you a card? I'm with you. And I was like, oh, I didn't know being with someone meant
Fuck off, you lazy
he didn't get them a
bastards.
card. So then when we were walking home from dinner, he stopped in Tesco and got a card and wrote it when we got home, and it said, to Emma from.
I'd kick him in the
person.
fanny.
It was a bad day.
That's bad, isn't it? And like, are you a romantic?
Such a romantic.
Yeah, I'm a romantic.
And my,
I like,
my partner now is so romantic,
I
and
like
it's so nice
effort.
that we can lean into that and be high effort for each other.
yeah, just a
Yeah.
bit of effort. And like,
Yeah.
it doesn't, you don't have to pour your heart out on the page to me either.
Well, I'm not expecting a fucking 5-page letter. Just write a nice
yeah,
message
just
in the
even
car.
if it is a one line being like, it's been nice getting to know you. I want to get to know you more. You know, something along those lines.
Okay. You went to Lady Gaga last night.
Oh my god, girls, put your fucking paws up. I've carpal tunnel in my wrist.
Was
She
it amazing?
said it. I was doing a tally. I'd say she said it 36 times. Put your fucking paws up. And you're not going to not put the paws up when she says
Of
it.
course.
It was, right. I actually have some notes, but I'm actually saving them for a podcast with PJ. But will I
That's
give a
fine.
quick scan?
You
Just to
don't
see
have
if there's anything. No, look, sure, people listen to both. I mean, I'm very fucking entertaining. You know what I mean? I'm the best at it. Look, what we have there in the first 10 minutes, that's fucking golden. Girls, send it into the production office and send it out. Spotify, you're getting a good deal today,
getting
let
a
me tell you
call
that.
up.
Okay, biggest takeaway, right?
Right.
And I want to say this on this podcast too, because I think we need to spread the message.
Okay.
Send your boys to a dance class. Send your boys to a dance class.
I couldn't agree.
Send your
more.
boys to a dance class and they will thrive. The world will be theirs. You're not gonna make your child gay sending him to a dance class. You'll just make him have more spatial awareness. You'll probably make him more of a person who has a better awareness and respect for their own body and other
more
people's.
rhythm, more feeling
rhythm.
yourself.
I was like, oh my god, those boys. And I'm so grateful that I did dance classes growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
What
like,
age were you put into dance?
I did an audition for musical Oliver, and then there was dancing in the show, but I'd just been doing acting classes.
Oh,
And then I loved
the dance side
the
of
dancing. I was put into the Who Will Buy section. So the kids were typically just in the workhouse.
it. Okay.
And then they pick like the 4, I want to say strongest male dancers. We were about fucking 9 to be in Who Will Buy. And I was like, this is it. And I had to come on and go, books for the bookseller, sir. Girls, claim to fame. Child star. I know I had
Is
a
that when
lisp.
you peaked?
I had a lisp, right? Still have a lisp. But if anything, it added to it. I think
Oh, it
actually it was
gives
a
a
character
character,
choice.
yeah.
Yeah, part of the character. But anyway, so then off the back of that, because I was like, oh, I actually kind of love that, I just started doing dance classes.
Oh, class.
Yeah, and like one of the best things that I've ever done. So send your boys to dance classes. Look, I also played football growing up, and hanging out with all the straight lads didn't make me fucking straight, evidently, right? Invest in the arts. Invest in the arts.
Yeah, that's never gonna have any negatives to it. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's-
Show me. Also, I'm not going to be able to recall the figures, but I saw stats recently on how much the arts. Now, obviously, arts is such a broad term, right? That includes everything from shows to concerts to art galleries to everything in between,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But how much that contributes to society, like compared to like sports, right? And shock horror, girls.
The
Arts is making more money for the economy, right? Also, makeup. Makeup is contributing so much to the economy. Like, it's a multi... What am I on about, by the way? What am I talking about?
No, but because have you seen Ireland are doing their first Irish Fashion Week, and they put
Yeah.
so much funding into it, and it's
Yeah.
so nice to see because we haven't had that scene at
Haven't
all,
had it.
and everyone just flocks to London because of it.
Yeah.
And what all that does is just like give the UK more to
Exactly.
claim.
And it like I've a few buddies who are over here who are doing the fashion game, and it's like they came here because they had to. because the scene didn't exist. Similarly with even like, and I know London is like a hub for it. Like, so you have people traveling from all over the world, like to pursue acting or to do a career in that here. But like, I do feel like that Ireland does lose a lot of its creative people because it doesn't have the same outlet. So
I know,
hopefully,
exactly.
but there does seem to be more of a push, right? We're seeing all of these Irish designers coming up through the ranks, like the people who are like doing Irish Fashion Week, and there's also independent.
The independent Dublin
independent
Fashion
one as
Week,
well,
yeah,
which is meant to be even cooler apparently.
Yeah.
So there is like the scene for it just needs to be nurtured more.
Well, there's definitely like a thirst for it, but then I also think Irish people can be like the first people to tear others down and to not want to make the effort for others as well, which is but then I think people that are in the creative scene really will like root for each other. But we don't have maybe the same interest from people outside of that in the way
I get
London
what you
would.
mean. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I know
like,
exactly.
I
what
feel
you
like in
mean.
London, like everyone goes and sees shows, everyone goes to galleries or things like that. Whereas at home, it's kind of like you almost need to be in that to go
part
and
of that scene
do
to
it,
support. Whereas that's
not that you have
true
to be, but that seems to be the way.
That seems to be the way. Exactly. Yeah.
Did you feel like you had to move to London?
So, London called me. London
London's
called me.
calling,
girls.
baby.
I was 12 and my
when you moved to London.
when I moved to London, I said, "Ma'am, thanks so much for that gorgeous shepherd's pie, but I'm gone out the door." Packed my bag. No, I went to see Wicked with my uncle. I have a gay uncle, and went to see Wicked with my uncle who isn't gay. Ooh, alarm bells. Went to see Wicked with my uncle and his husband. Took me over when I was 12, and I remember just being over here, and this is. I was going to say this is going to sound crazy, but I hate when I say that because then I'm like, this is not going to sound crazy at all. But I loved feeling tiny and feeling part of something huge.
I know what you mean.
And just being another number and just
being so anonymous.
Or being in a city where I didn't even know what was going on because there was so much happening.
Yeah.
And I got a sense for that when I was 12. And I remember then being like, no, I'm going to live in London someday. I didn't know it was going to be,
that was your destiny.
To this extent or whatever. And I wasn't like tunnel vision, get me to London, because I went to UCC and I studied there for a year. And then basically I was like, I had always been doing dancing, I'd always been doing acting. And then I'd gone to UCC kind of just to kind of appease my parents, really.
What did you study?
Think of it. Commerce with French.
Oh, you didn't do acting then?
No, didn't, because I was a big nerd in school. Like in my year when we did the leaving cert, I got the highest points in the whole year.
Et parlez-vous français?
Je peux parler français couramment.
Oh, oui, oui.
Je viens de fêter mon 18e anniversaire le weekend dernier. I didn't. I'm 32. But I just said I celebrated my 21st birthday last week, but that's because it's part
That's
of
what you
French oral.
remember.
It's ingrained. Or I learned off a whole section on fashion that I was going to say in the middle of my French oral just to have the examiner shook.
It's when you have the set script.
And you're like you better not fucking interrupt me. And you don't give, and you just have to go for it and drill into it so they don't give even a second to say anything.
I know.
Il y a beaucoup de spéculations au sujet du monde de la mode. Il y a personne qui dit que la mode est inutile et ridicule et que le milieu de la mode est artificiel et trop commercial. Mais à mon avis, la mode est un bon moyen de s'exprimer et de se sentir bien dans sa peau.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know I still remember all of my individual like topics for my oral exam.
Needed.
But yeah, I thought you went to do acting at college. I didn't realise that.
No, did
that
that
was
first.
to please the
And then
family.
just in that first year, I was like, even though I got on grand with the people in my course and like going to uni, I think anyway, it's always like a cool thing, right? You feel like a bit of a buzz. You're having a bit of a good time, right? But I remember feeling like, because I took like university life even more serious than my schooling.
As in
like I was already a big fat nerd. And then when I went to, sorry, not fat shaming, but I was a big fat nerd. But when I went to UCC, then I was spending all my time in the library as well. I obviously had a bit of fun as well.
Right.
But I was spending a lot of time in the library, and then I was like,
I didn't think that would be you.
And then the arts had to take such a backseat, so I wasn't spending that much time dancing, and I was kind of like, oh well, the workload's only going to increase every year, and then I just also missed dancing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I just started auditioning, and then got offered a place. Told my mum and dad that I was dropping out, and they were like my dad took that worse.
Did they?
Than when I came out as gay, which he told me. This is not a presumption that I've made. My dad literally told me like a year or two down the line. He said, "You know, when you told me you were dropping out of college, He said, I'd an easier time learning that you were gay. I was like, thanks. Yeah.
What age did you come out?
I came out at 21.
And you dropped out at what age?
It was all in the same year,
Oh, right.
basically. Yeah, it was all in the same year. That was a rough year for my dad. He was off the fags, let me tell you. Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh my God, huffing and puffing until the cows come home. God love him. Rest in peace.
You sent him to an early grave.
Yeah, I know. Literally, I'd say I do think I'm probably partly responsible. Yeah.
Did you meet PJ in the dancing world?
Mm-hmm.
And so did you move straight from Cork to London to do your auditions, or?
I spent a year in Cork there's like a foundation course, or like, you know, I don't know the title of the course now, but it's like dance basically in Cláiste Stefan If. It's like a FETAC level 5 course.
Right.
And it's good because you're basically surrounding yourself with like-minded people who kind of want to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't have any money in my back pocket either, right? So I wanted to save for a year. Work whilst doing that and whilst like training every day, you know. So did that for a year and then auditioned that year and then came over the following year. So
what style of dance was your specialty?
I think I was like a good jazz dancer, like technical jazz dancer, and I love it. And even now I'm like, I want to get back into it because
do you not dance now?
see, I kind of fell out of it in lockdown. It was very tough to dance in lockdown. People were doing the Zoom classes. And I remember doing my first Zoom class and I moved all the fucking furniture in the living room. I had to tell like my housemates like not to come down for the hour. And still didn't even have that much space because I'm living in a fucking tiny flat in London.
Yeah.
And I just didn't enjoy it at all. I remember at the end of it I was like, I want to throw myself in the fucking Thames. And also there was a load of losers doing the dance class who were like just being so sucky on the call, and like they'd be like turning the microphone on and being like just being fucking
asking stupid questions,
just being stupid. So then the podcast really took off
over lockdown.
That's when most podcasts you hadn't started back then, no?
It wasn't the original lockdown. It was like one of the following lockdowns.
Ones.
Yeah.
So obviously in that original lockdown, because all people were doing was going for fucking walks and, you know, having thoughts in their head of killing their family. People were listening to podcasts. So all podcast listens were up.
It was a good time.
It was a good time, unless it was a sports podcast, obviously, because there wasn't any sporting.
Yeah.
I really missed out. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do with it? My sports podcast. So then, because that kind of took over, and we were earning money from it, and we were kind of dedicating a lot of our time to doing the podcast. So basically, I was still working in a gym at the time because I had to, like, we weren't earning enough money from the podcast that I could stop.
Yeah.
So I was working in the gym and then spending an awful lot of time doing the podcast. So the dancing just kind of took a back seat. But like in our shows, because PJ's background is dance as well, in our shows we'll do dance numbers and stuff, which we love. And it's like, because that's what we kind of train for. But I do I want to start going to classes again and like, you know, start, you know, building
You're really
up my
blessed
technique.
in London as well with all there's like the Pineapple Studios and all those other ones. And we don't really have that at home. I saw clips of your dance number at EP.
Oh yeah.
It looked
Did you
unreal.
see that? Oh my God.
It looked so
good, right? Yeah, we kind of just like, we like putting on a show.
Yeah, you do.
Obviously, we're a podcast first and foremost, but especially for something like Electric Picnic. Now, we've done it for previous shows as well, but, you know, that arena fit like 10,000 people or something stupid like that. So
10,000?
I think it was 10,000 people at it now.
That's mental.
Every
I'd
time
have
someone
a panic
asks me, it goes
literally
up.
on the spot.
No, you go out and you just do it. Obviously, beforehand,
But you're a performer.
Yeah, look, girls.
You can
girls,
turn it on.
I've had the calling.
Yeah.
A star is born, girls. We knew.
He's been practicing for that moment since
my
the
mum
age of
went
9.
to a fortune teller years ago, and my mum doesn't buy into any of that shit, right? And now it was. You remember? I'm not sure if it was a thing up the north, but like your mum's buddy would have a fortune teller come over to the gaff, and they'd all pool in the money.
Yes, it was like a little fortune teller
They'd have
party
a little night,
almost.
which actually bring them back. Those in Tupperware parties, bring them back. Why did Tupperware parties stop? I don't know.
Or the jewellery or Botox
Or the jewellery.
parties.
Now, miss me with the Avon. Fuck off, Avon rep. I don't need it. And what's that other one? The health foods. And the protein bars are like fucking briquettes.
No, I don't know that one.
What is it? Anyway, I shouldn't say it in case you're missing out on a sponsorship for the pod. But she went to a thing. She came back and she was like, oh, they told me this. And she was like, yeah. Now she said, one thing she did tell me. Now, this is a lot of pressure to put on like a 7-year-old boy.
Okay.
She went, your youngest boy, his name is going to be in lights. And I often think, did I actively pursue this career and do I like put this pressure on myself to like, do what I'm doing because I love it and because I find it really meaningful and because like I'm a creative person? Or is it because my mum sat me down that day and told me that and I was like, I don't want to disappoint my mum.
And tell you that.
But she was saying this, I don't know what to make of that. But one thing she did say, she said, your youngest boy is going to have his name in lights. He's going to be a star.
Oh my God.
Girl, she wasn't wrong. Girl, sorry, somebody go back and tip that fortune teller. You can have another 50 on me, girl.
Do you believe all that? I've never gone to someone, but I would actually kind of love to.
I've never gone to someone. Girls, I don't want to know my fucking future.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to be doing next year.
Yeah.
And even people with 5-year plans, stop mapping out a plan for 5 years and girls, go where the current takes you.
Yeah, it kind of freaks me out to think too long term. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing in 3 months' time.
We got asked recently, would you rather have a conversation with your younger self or your future self? Girls, if you want to have a conversation with your future self over your younger self, you need to go and talk to someone. You don't need to talk to your future self. You need to talk to a therapist, girls. There's something wrong. You need to go back to your younger self and have a chat and fill them in and be like, oh, by the way, this might happen or this might happen. Maybe it's like very much that's like a queer-centric experience, but like,
No, I know what you mean. Give yourself a bit of grace and tell you that you're gonna everything's gonna be fine.
I'd love to like put my arms around them and be like,
yeah.
I know everyone's busy calling you a fag and saying you're a girl and saying you're effeminate, and you are. And that's your power, baby. Lean into it, baby.
Yeah, and that's going to work in your favour.
Probably. See, I was very, I still am, I would say, like, I'm quite sensitive. Like, girls, I'm crying at the ads. I'm crying at the ads. I had to stop watching ads because I had so many direct debits going out to different charitable organisations. Now, I'm not talking millions of dollars, but you know what I mean?
A pound for each one.
£4 a month, right? But yeah, I'm very sensitive, and I was always very sensitive. And I remember when I was younger, I was like, people would draw attention to it. They'd be like, geez, are you crying again? Or, if I was to get in a fight and stuff, I would cry. And I remember thinking, God, there's something wrong with me that I'm crying the whole time. And now I'm like, isn't it lovely that as much as the world will harden you with everything that's going on, that you can come out and be like, well, girls, I love a cry.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cry. And I'm going to feel fucking empathetic towards a person who's, you know what I mean? Actually, girls, don't let anyone tell you that your sensitivity is a weakness.
I know, I think it really is a superpower. I'm a very sensitive and empathetic person as well, but it also can really be to your detriment when you
it can be.
Yeah.
But also my closest connections with friends are typically ones who are
also like that. Yeah.
I am ripping your head around the place. with the girls, when we talk about rivers and the meander in a river, we're meandering, girls, and we're meandering to the point where it's getting cut off and it's becoming an oxbow lake. I am like a fella, I don't have ADHD, but I am, it's a new thought every 30 seconds. Girls, should I go for a diagnosis? I've been told about 6 times in the last 2 weeks. So and I'm like, girls, did I just have my Weetabix?
I am going for an assessment soon. And because I literally every single week on this podcast, people reply to me and they're like, girl, you need to get
But are you highly functioning? I'm highly functioning.
Oh, highly functioning, but I have meltdowns every day. Like every other day. Like I will have I can't regulate my emotions, so I just cry and I get stressed and
really?
I spend like...
Yeah, you were crying loads and I beat that. I was like, who's that sad girl?
No, I wasn't.
Who's that sad girl on the paddleboard? Why's she crying?
Oh my God, I was just like, get me away from everyone. I'm going to go off on the paddleboard and not come back.
That was kind of what I wanted to do. That was kind of what I wanted to do. I kind of had enough of everyone at that point.
I can't be ours with everyone taking photos. I'm fucking off on this
also,
paddleboard.
Do you remember we were, and thank you so much for the trip, White Cloud. Would love to go away again. Remember that boat trip? We were gone years.
Oh, and I was hungover in the hotel.
We were all hungover. My lips had shriveled up into my asshole.
The hotel
I was like, girls,
had to
get
wake
me
me
some
up.
agua.
The receptionist had to wake me up out of my bed, and
really?
so that I would go down to the...
that was the crazy thing. It was such an amazing experience, but obviously,
it was incredible.
It was my first time in Ibiza. I'm obviously going to party, girls.
And what
but
a
then
way
you have
to
this
do
full blown
Ibiza.
itinerary.
I know.
Girls, we're getting up at 8 a.m. for brekkie. I was getting in at 7. get the fuck up. We're going to high.
high.
You know what I mean?
Let's go.
Some trip, yeah.
Sorry, we're sitting here sipping our chuggy blank streets, and I'm really anti getting from the chains.
Of course, girls, support your local independent coffee shop who have a child looking to do violin lessons. See, there I
in
go
London,
again,
it's
impact.
different. Like when you're coming to a certain place and you get off a tube station, and the only thing between there when you're in Central is...
If you're in Central London, here's the tea, girls. If you're in Central London, most people can't afford the rents on like a
main street.
On a main street, you know, like we're just off of Charing Cross. You know what I mean? It would be, for a fella to start his own coffee shop there, I don't know. I'd say it's not feasible. So it really is only the chains that kind of.
I did bring you a little matcha to try. Though.
Did you give me? No, I'm not typically a matcha girl.
Are you not?
But see,
well, that's why I got you a coffee and a matcha.
But that's the thing. But Blank Street, can you even call it a matcha when they're lobbing every berry under the sun into it?
No, probably not. But this one is a salted pistachio.
See,
cream
give it to me.
matcha.
Inject it to my veins.
So it's made with pistachio milk.
You need to try the blueberry one as well.
I know, but it tastes like eating a blueberry muffin, but in drink form, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, so girls, top tip, right? If you're coming to London, you want to try the Blank Streets. Actually, don't go and find a nicer coffee shop.
Try it for once. But don't make it your local.
Also, don't make it your personality.
Yeah.
Nothing worse. Also, girls who are still taking pictures of the Starbucks cup, worms
Are
for
you
brains.
not embarrassed?
Worms for brains.
Even
before the whole boycott and everything. Girls, it's 2025. And you're going around with the Starbucks mermaid?
No, like it's giving Instagram in 2012 when you used to post the photos of your Starbucks and then
cringe.
the pumpkin at your front door. And,
Cringe.
You know?
And also, girls, where are you going with a venti?
Yeah,
that's just pure sugar. That's going straight to your brain.
It's very American, the big massive coffees. Bring back little Italian coffees, but also not the little...
Unbelievable.
That one's good.
Have you tried this?
That one's good because the salted cream. It's like it's salted pistachio.
Oh my god! And I skipped lunch. That's divine. But what's that on the side? Is it? That's congealed.
It's pistachio butter. You know, like peanut butter, but like pistachio butter. Like
actual pistachio butter.
Yeah, you can lick it.
Oh, I'm allergic to nuts. Are you serious? I thought it was salted caramel.
It's a fucking pistachio. No, you're not. Don't do that to me.
Sorry. Also, don't joke about having nut intolerances.
No, sorry.
Or any intolerances.
I'm going to go out and say that I actually think there's nothing more embarrassing than having a nut allergy.
Really?
Because what do you mean a tiny little nut could kill you?
Yeah, because you can't control it, doll. Also, sorry to all of our nut allergy sufferers. Stupid fucking Emma. Coming for you.
No, but like as if like a tiny little peanut could send you to your grave.
Yeah, it fucking can. Which is scary. And so could a bullet, which is what you'll get through your fucking head when you step outside these doors by the null allergy community, and it'd be deserved.
I think my boyfriend is actually more obsessed with your podcast and you than...
Show me a picky of your fella.
Do you want to see him?
Show me. Is he a righty bag?
Do you want to do smash or pass?
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. So, obviously, as we've gotten bigger, there are straight lads coming up to us going, hey man, my girlfriend loves the pod, but I love the pod as well.
I think you have more straight men listeners than you think.
Absolutely. And then I'm going, and then I don't know, just because they're like coming up and they're being like, love the pod, I'm like, or do you love me? Like, maybe this could work, Eamon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Darren, do you not think in an alternate world where like there wasn't as much stigma, gay lads who make it their personality to be like, oh yeah, I only go for straight lads and I managed to have sex with all the straight lads. Go away and get a new personality. Sorry, love. Ooh, yeah, I'm into it. Oh, he's dimples. Oh, he's a bit of a cutie. Does he have any eyes?
Oh, you want to see his eyes?
I can't, you know, okay, PSA, this is number 3.
Black guy on that trip, so he was covering them the whole time.
Show me the black guy, that could be hot. Lads and girlies, and if you're single and you're doing the dating profiles, take off your sunglasses. I need to connect with your eyes. I want to see what your eyes look like.
Yeah, he has nice Irish blue eyes.
And I want to see, oh, he does. Jeez, that's a pair of eyes, isn't it? Huge eyes. Tell him never wear sunglasses again in his life.
No, because we were out on the weekend before we were going to that wedding.
Yeah.
And he fell and a glass smashed against his thing and he got the worst black eye ever.
Was he pissed?
Yeah.
Oh. That's usually the way it happens. They're lovely teeth as well. Also, fourth and final PSA.
What you're gonna come across.
Stop touching your teeth. Ooh, that's a stop touching your teeth.
Touching?
Stop touching your teeth. Stop going near your teeth. As in, stop going getting them done.
Oh.
Someone told you along the lines that your teeth were not beautiful because they're... Now, some people, okay, granted, I'm kind of for it.
A little brace.
Yeah,
okay.
of course. Girls, if you want to straighten your teeth. I mean, stop going in and picking out a set of teeth that are refrigerator white on a Dulux colour chart.
Look like
and
a
going,
Labubu.
I want them. Also, if you are getting it done, just don't get them all the one size.
Yeah.
That's the freakiest part.
That's
why
when
you getting them done the one size. It's giving Haribo Kid. There's no need. Cartoons have teeth the same size because, I don't know, cartoonists don't go as much into the detail.
The detail, yeah.
Stop getting your teeth
if you
the same
want to make
size.
it look real, you need those little like imperfections in different levels.
Like look, easy for me to say when I have two fucking hunks of teeth hanging out the front of my head.
No, but I like your teeth.
Character.
I think now that everyone's getting veneers, it's almost like bringing back unperfect teeth. Because
Is that it? Is because I'm so used to seeing these?
it's like how we how everyone was into the big lips for ages, and now we love like a thin lip again.
Yeah, I know we love a thin lip.
Yeah, these things just come in waves, and everyone gets on board with something, and then they're dissolving to BBLs, and then it's like the next trend.
And like the way I don't know, maybe tattoos have always been a thing, but nowadays I feel
No
like
one's getting tattoos anymore.
people have stopped getting tattoos because
But I don't rate that because I think that falls into the whole like clean girl aesthetic, and it's all very right wing leaning, and everyone being like a
is
good
it?
little capitalist like
I'm
member of society.
I have opinions on the beige girls, so like let's lean away from that. And
I did a
also,
whole podcast on that.
Who am I? I'm a white fucking man. Why am I telling you what to do with your bodies, girls? Whatever makes you happy. Bodily autonomy. Let's do it. I'm here for it. Now let that be the takeaway quote from the interview. Kevin Twomey says yes to bodily autonomy.
We've got a game of Irish ride, marry, avoid.
Okay.
Is this gonna get you in trouble?
No.
Okay.
Ride, marry, avoid. Now, see, I'm kind of famous, so I'd be brushing shoulders with some of these celebrities.
Well, that's what I'm
potentially.
thinking.
That's the only thing.
Okay.
But look, I can say it off the record. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Ride, marry, avoid. Anthony Boyle,
Yeah.
Paul Mescal, PJ.
Ride, marry, avoid.
Mm.
Who's Anthony Boyle again?
Your man at
Oh,
the
from
House
Say
of
Nothing.
Guinness and Say Nothing, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh. See, I haven't met Anthony Boyle yet, so I'd ride him.
Okay.
And then I think I'd marry Paul because I met him before and I know that he's like a good guy and I feel like we get on.
Okay.
I think we could hack each other. And
Yeah.
then I'd avoid PJ because I see him. I've already spent
yeah.
such a long proportion of my life with the man that
You
is
can be
probably
content with that.
we've been in a close knitted relationship longer than most marriages last.
I
Do you
was
know?
actually going to ask you about this because obviously there's been quite a lot of podcast breakups in
Oh my
Ireland.
God, girls.
So,
Oh my God, and every time I see a new one, I send it straight to PJ and I go, us. Us this year. Us next month. Us if
Why?
you keep fucking me off.
But I feel like you and PJ work really well together, especially the way you live in different
Yeah.
countries. Probably works in your favour.
Look, it took a while to get to that place.
Okay.
And we never went into this with the intention of making it our lives and making it our full-time gig.
Mm-hmm.
We came in as friends first, which is typically the way most podcasts start.
Yeah.
It accelerated, it got bigger. PJ then moved back. And there was this period, because we were spending so much time together, working together with the same social groups, we had this year, and we've actually spoken about our own podcast before, where it was kind of make or break for us in the sense that we could tell that there was probably reasons we might have resented each other. Look, jealousy is one of the most normal, natural feelings you can experience, right? We grew up like being told like, oh, don't be jealous or whatever. No, you are allowed to be jealous, but interrogate
what you do
it.
with that, yeah.
Yeah, why are you jealous? Is it because of this or is it because of how they made you feel when this happened? We had literally at a point where I was like, okay, we're going to have a conversation because something wasn't right. There was one or two things that happened that day and there'd already been things happening that week where we were like, you could tell it was either we had a chat or girls,
Or
it was fists at dawn. Girls,
Okay.
it was getting.
I mean, we would have paid to see that.
now actually, charity boxing match. Let's go Christmas. But I couldn't. The teeth. There'd be too much to replace. And we had this conversation where it was. It was probably about 3 hours long,
Really?
and where we literally got. When I say like every little thing
Just
off
out
our
on the
chest
table.
and just was like, okay, remember when this happened? It was like this. Or similarly, because we're working, we're business partners. We're friends first, but then because we're also business partners, if there's something that we think isn't working,
Yeah.
or if we think there's a better way of working, or like we have to be really, really open with each other.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, like, now, I know we could find different things to do, right? I'm a very talented person, as is that boy. The podcast could stop tomorrow.
And you would both be fine.
And we'd both be fine.
Yeah.
and we'd sooner protect the friendship, right? I don't want to have a falling out with my best friend.
Yeah.
I want to be. I was best man at his wedding. And I would. If it ever got to a point where I felt like we were actually going to lose the friend, I'd just be like, let's start that up. But then I'm like, would that make us resent each other more? Because then I'd be like, I used to have so much fun doing that pod, and then you made me so annoyed that we had to stop.
But it's so nice you're both in a space that you can speak to each other like that and be that open and honest.
Took a lot of work and
maturity,
and it is. Look, we kind of, when we sat down and had that conversation that day, we were like, first of all, I felt like the biggest weight was lifted off our shoulders ever, and also I was like, oh, brilliant. And the thing is, this podcast brings me so much joy. Not this one, I hate it. That's the one I'm on now. Can't stand it.
This one.
That fucking Emma one. What a nuisance.
He comes in today and goes, what's your name again? And then he goes, how'd you get let in here?
It brings me so much joy. And the fact that, like, one thing we always say is that we are so lucky because, there are, like, even you doing the podcast by yourself, right? Myself and PJ, because we've been like this double act, we've been a duo. And a lot of the time, like, if we get certain opportunities, a day that was like a learning for us was we hosted the main stage at Mother for Dublin Pride in 2022. We were up there, right? And a lot of the time, because we were hosting, it's mostly acts coming on. We spent a lot of time backstage, and it was just the two of us, or there might be like, drag queens coming and going, a few twinks in the back doing poppers. But for the most part, it's myself and PJ, and because we're best friends, we were having a good time backstage, having a laugh. Then we met our friend Shane Daniel Byrne, him, Dublin comedian, hilarious,
no, I don't know
one of my favourite comedians. He was hosting another stage as part of the block party, and he was like, oh my God, how are you guys doing? Like, he was spending his whole time backstage by himself.
Having to psych himself up again. And
like, psych himself up and like kind of just sitting waiting for his goal.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I'm not like having a great day. No, he wasn't miserable. He was still whatever doing his job. But I was like, how fortunate are we? Or like anytime, like, if there is like a trip or if there's like a dinner that we have to go to, or like even when we're doing shows together, imagine coming down off of doing a show and being like, oh my God, that was such a thrill. But imagine having your best friend to hug at the end and go, Jesus, we smashed that.
And have that shared experience.
It's so beautiful, and it's something
amazing.
that we don't take for granted and we're forever grateful for. So to jeopardise that, he'd want to really fuck me over. Like the only way I can see it going kaput is I'd have to be riding Jose on the sly or something. Otherwise, we're sticking to it, girls.
But it is, because I think in friendships, you are way more likely to sweep things under the rug and not talk about things.
Yeah.
It's more romantic relationships where you're like a lot more like confronting and like talk about those things. Whereas I don't really know that I've ever had, well, I probably have had a few deep conversations when it comes to like confronting friends, but it's not a common occurrence. A lot of the time you're just like, oh, I'll just not see them for the next month and then
what I mean? Exactly.
I'll let it pass.
But I don't know if that's like such an Irish way of dealing with things, but that's the way I always dealt with things.
Yeah.
And even with like my family or like my parents and stuff, my parents were of the generation where like if they had a big fucking argument or something happened, they wouldn't go, okay, what happened there earlier, should we sit down and talk about it? And like, okay, when this happened, you made me feel like this. My dad would come in with a cup of tea that evening and a few biscuits from my mum, and that would be them sorted.
That would be
and girls, that's kind of beautiful in a way as well, but it also means that what happened earlier on could happen again, right?
Yeah, you're never actually getting to the root of the problem.
You're never getting to the root of it.
Yeah.
So what happened off the back of me and PJ having this, happen as part of our friendship, it's also impacted my other friendships.
Oh, that's good.
Where I'm going, actually, I've seen the positive effect of it. Obviously, girls, pick your battles. There's some things you just need to let go, and sometimes some of your friends, they're going through a rough time or whatever. And look, we can forgive a certain amount. But like, sometimes it is better just to have it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree. It's just like having the courage to...
It's having the courage. And also, girls, oh my God, isn't it exhausting? You know what I mean? It's exhausting, having to talk about feelings and fuck off. You know what I mean?
Right, we have another Ride, Marry, Avoid. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Graham,
why is that Anthony Boyne so fucking hot?
He is a ride.
He's so fucking hot. And it's his energy. Give me the energy. It's the energy.
Are you seeing him on his press tour at the moment for House of Guinness, and he's doing the eye contact in the camera and all, and everyone is dying, like the TikTok edits.
I was invited to a thing last week at the London Irish Centre here, and he was at it, and I didn't know he was going to be at it, but my friend Tara was DJing, and she was like, oh, I have a spare ticket to that tonight, do you want to come? But it's just been a busy week, and I was going, girls, you know what I said? Remember, some nights I just don't go out.
Yeah.
I need to recharge, girls. It takes a lot of energy to be this much of a fucking extrovert.
To be this entertaining.
You know what I mean? It does, like, it doesn't just come. And the next day I found out that he was fucking
there. And I was
like,
be
we'd have been besties.
Absolutely raging. Right, okay. Ride, marry, kill. Graham Norton,
Yeah.
Andrew Scott,
Yeah.
Greg O'Shea.
Okay. Oh my God. Andrew Scott. Fifth and final PSA. Andrew Scott, if you're listening, or anyone who knows Andrew Scott. Why haven't we gone for a drink yet? Where's the camera? Is that my camera? Where's my camera?
This is your one here.
Andrew, let's make it happen, baby. Like, to be fair, there's a Venn diagram of social circles in London.
Yeah, you could definitely get
men
in there.
The scene. There's one or two people who are here at the penetration of the Venn diagram, right? At the penetrative point. Andrew, where are you? Are you hiding from me, Andrew? Obviously, he's a busy boy, and he was doing a show in New York there and all, wasn't he recently? I don't know. Anyway, I'm waiting for it to happen. I think I'm going to say,
We're waiting for the
well,
call
maybe
up.
so I don't jinx it. No, marry Andrew.
Okay.
I'd ride Greg. I adore Graham Norton. Graham Norton literally gets a mention in my book because of
You
how
have a
much of an
book?
impact he had on me and telling. Yeah, I do have a book. It was #2 bestseller.
Why did I not know you
The
had
I'm
a
Grand
book?
Manual. Available at all good book retailers now.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
But I go on about how formative it was for me as a young gay boy growing up having Graham Norton,
An Irish gay man
an Irish
hosting
gay
a-
man from
yeah.
Cork on the telly who, and not that someone needs to be palatable, but like someone that
Everyone
my
loves
mum
him.
and my dad enjoyed in equal
Yeah.
measure. My dad was going, get the fag off the TV, I'm not watching that. He wasn't saying that, you know what I mean? He enjoyed him as well, so I was like, oh, well actually, maybe I can be gay and flamboyant and all the rest of it and, you know, and not have
still,
everyone dislike
yeah.
me. I don't know, that's probably warped thinking, but...
No, I definitely can see how that would affect you, seeing that on screen. And last one, we've got Ride, marry, kill ready. Barry Keoghan,
Yeah.
Rory McIlroy, Cillian Murphy.
Rory McIlroy, is he...
He's the
Is he?
golfer.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know what? Fuck Rory Oh, I should I say that?
Fuck Rory McIlroy. No, what?
Kind of fuck Rory McIlroy, because in one interview he did, he goes, they were saying about him being an Irish golfer, and he goes, I kind of would consider myself more of a British golfer, so the fucking Brits can have him.
Wait, what does that mean? How is
Because
he more of a-
he's from the north, so he's like, I think I'm more
okay.
of an...
Goodbye and God bless.
Yeah.
Also, didn't really know who you were before.
So he's a void.
He's on the outskirts. I just saw some clips of people shouting and roaring at him when he was doing the
I did see that.
what competition?
The Ryder Cup.
Ryder Cup. And
Look at you
I felt
watching
a smally
sports.
bit sorry. It's just, girls, the algorithm is fucked. Girls, we need to get the screen time down because my algorithm doesn't know what's going on. Get rid of him. Barry Keoghan,
And Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
What
Would
a
he be
babe.
too and I couldn't marry Cillian Murphy because I couldn't live in a house with him where I feel like I wouldn't know if he was odd at me. You know what I mean? I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, are you annoyed at me? But he'd be like, no. And I'd be like, I just can't reason. Do you know what I mean? So...
But he's such a nice, caring family man.
Oh,
I feel
absolutely.
he would be a good man to marry.
And he's a good egg. And also I just love... Like anytime he's done interviews and stuff, he just seems like...
Really down to
also,
earth.
that's... It's because he's coming from Cork.
Apparently, if you stop him and ask him for a photo, he goes, I don't do photos, I do conversations.
Love.
I
Now,
love.
is that going to pick me? All right, Carl.
I'd be like,
All right, girl, we get it.
okay, what are we going to talk about?
Okay, don't want the pick. Okay, but I'm running for a bus. Okay, but
I guess I'll
I want to
maybe
see my
see
nan in
you.
hospital and she's on her last legs. So can we make it quick? Do you know what I mean?
What do you wanna talk
What do you want to
about?
talk about, Cillian? Loved you in that movie. Was there an Oppenheimer 2 coming out? I never watched
actually
the first
couldn't
one.
even watch Oppenheimer. I
I
tried
couldn't,
my
too long,
hardest. Far too long about things that I'm not. It's not my.
And it was
buzz.
so funny, like when it was up against
Barbie?
like
Couldn't
in the
have been
movies,
more opposite.
People were like, oh my god, like what's gonna be, or like what one you're gonna see, or like will we go see both and then make a call after? Girl, I'm seeing Barbie. Shut up! And I'm seeing it twice.
I'm seeing Barbie. I'm seeing it twice, and I'm singing along to every single soundtrack.
Oh my god, I still be looking to. Barbie, you're so fun.
Yeah.
And I wanna speak
what-
your child.
Thank you so much,
Oh my
Kevin, for
God.
coming on the podcast.
This has been
has
so
been
random.
a long time coming. I've wanted you
Yeah.
on since we went to Ibiza last
I know,
year.
and I was like, who is this girl in my DMs? Fuck.
Would
off.
she ever fuck off and leave me?
God. I leave a lot of DMs unanswered, girls. Again, is it because I'm not bothered? Is it because it's ADHD?
It's a bit of both, but sometimes I'll set aside. I'll be on a bus and I'll just reply to
Yeah.
absolutely everyone
Do it
because
on
it is
the
nice.
bus.
You feel like you have a little community.
I to be honest, I'm getting back to the majority of people.
You were just trying to be a diva there.
But some people, Girls, and I'm a charitable man, as we've already discussed. I'm not coming and hosting the local fashion show in the back house of nowhere where you're not even providing me with transport to get down there. I can't. Girls, I'm one man.
Yeah, you're only one man.
And charity
He's just
begins
a
at
boy
home,
from
girls.
Cork.
Charity begins at home.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you so much, Kevin, for joining me on this week's episode of Here for the Craic with Emma Neill. Thank you, everyone, for your continued love and support in the podcast. It means the absolute world to me. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and tune in next week for next week's episode.
Tune in
Bye.
next week. See ya.